Jump on the gun. And Mikey, I need to sharpen a pencil or two. Okay, I'm gonna mute for a hot second so I don't deafen people with pencil sharpener sounds. Oh man. I wish I wasn't. I keep getting notifications for new follows on Blue Sky, but like, they're almost all bots right now. It's getting very frustrating. Okay. Sorry, I'm still kind of dragging ass because I've been not feeling great for like 4 days. Still haven't been feeling great. Okay. I was hoping this would be smooth enough. It is not. I need something smooth to draw on with these, or you pick up any little grain. I'm trying to finish the last few of my effed up horses for the little book I've been working on for the last few weeks. I had to draw a bunch of stuff that was facing to the right. Well, this is mirrored, so you're seeing it to the left, but when I put the book together, I realized I had a bunch of stuff facing one direction and not the other. So I had to fill some gaps. But then I also have what will probably be the cover image is the other thing I'm going to be working on. Hi, Raya. Little shed machine. She will not stop shedding. My office is... I have to sweep it out every single day because it's constantly full of tumbleweeds, even though I take her out and use a de-shedding blade on her. The joys of a double-coated dog. The jaws not lining up here is intentional, by the way. I want to be kind of giving the impression that it's being pieced back together. I guess you can kind of read it as if venom was infecting a horse skull. I almost need to not look at the other one. Block it from view. My brain wants to line them up, so... apologies if you're hearing the riot grinding on a bone. She's chewing on a bone behind me. She'd just be happy it's not her squeak toy. Man, that nasal bone is so narrow on a horse that's like... You'd think it would be getting broken constantly. I don't think I've ever known a horse to get their nasal bone broken. This isn't quite a one-to-one realistic horse skull, because, like, I obviously made the eye way bigger. It's like, it's a shortened, it's almost more of a full skull. Weirding me out drawing this jaw at a different angle. part of me wants to scrap this and completely start over with like 100% realistic horse skull instead of this stylized monstrosity I've got going on. But I may just pivot to one of the other things. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just frustrating me. Like, honestly, seeing it on stream versus in person, I like it more. Like, the stylization isn't... It's, I don't know, I wonder if it's just me being too hardcore into biology. That I can't do stylized biology too much. Which, I mean, I can do stylized biology. I do it all the time. It's just, I don't know why for this this particular one, I'm like, no. Another thing I gotta figure out is do I want this to be the darkest point be the skull or the goo? think I'm gonna blend it and see what I decide after that. Alright, I've got, that one's my blue one. Okay. I'm trying to think. I have what was I had a test sheet. I know Pasca's work on this. Part of me is like, just doing that with a marker would be nice, but markers do essentially pick up all of the pencil. So I think I am going to make the goo black. Or dark. Everything's in black. It's a black pencil. But at least since I blended it out, I don't really have to worry about my hands smudging the crap out of everything because it's already smudged. trying to start up more, because I am going to smudge the new stuff if I work too fast to it. This is too noticeable of a gap. It'd be fine if there was something there, but I'm not planning on doing the whole... Well, even if I put the spine in there, you'd barely be able to see it. It is unfortunate I can't get India ink to work on Yubo paper, because this would be the area where I would really want to use it. I don't particularly enjoy having these lines in what is supposed to be liquid, and I can blend them out for the most part, but trying to think of what mediums I have, but I think maybe my Copics would work. I think they're alcohol based. Right, so I'm gonna get the detailed tendrily parts penciled in, and then I'm going to dig out my Copics and see if I can make this something I'm not as mad at. squeaky noises. Right. I'm gonna let that sit for a hot minute, see if it dries properly. Because I can't quite remember if Copics worked. And in the meanwhile, I did one actual horse. This thing is almost pretty much done. I just need to go through and erase like highlights kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to put this one in the book. I might put it in there as like a cheeky, like you get one normal horse thing. Now the dog fur in my office is too damn high. This does remind me, I haven't used the cotton swab to blend out the other one yet, and the cotton swab does do a smoother job than paper towel. I like kind of, if I overdo it, will obliterate lines completely. But that's kind of what I want on that one. So, in other words, I should go over it with the cut swab. Sorry, still slightly dying.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Cowbell. Sit there zoning out by myself, and then suddenly Mr. Bean. How's it going? I started drawing one normal horse because I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to draw one normal horse. You haven't been here for the bean yet? There's people that inflict that upon me intentionally now because they love it. Back home from a long day at work. Hopefully you're getting the chance to rest now. Evan's doing one normal horse, and then I think this is going to be the cover for the book. I just have it barely started out. And then the one I was working on earlier was frustrating me, so I was testing markers to try on it. Which the markers are dry now, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it wasn't too bad of a day at work. You survived. Yeah, I was like, there's never... I feel like people that have good days at work these days are rare unicorns. Well, I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you're here. For my random Tuesday stream. I need to get better at this. I put a schedule down. I will get better at it. I just have not been feeling good. Oh yeah, your medical, yeah. Is there such a thing as a good day at a medical center? Well, I guess. Well, I guess there would be good days, but I'm sure every single one is stressful. You learn how to draw horses. They're, yeah. I'm obviously not terrible at them. I'm definitely not the best person I know at them. Oh, that one person. Yeah. I've heard enough horror stories. Yeah, he's pretty good at animals. I'm not a huge fan of his rendering style. Like, I think they're like very shiny when he finishes polishing them up, but I like his sketching style. It's like if you don't have it, there's a Bridgman, an old Bridgman book about horse anatomy that does pretty well. That if you do like artist studies from. His charcoal works, yeah. Like I think there was like a tiger he did in charcoal that I really like. My I think like favorite modern day horse artist is I really like how Claire Wendling does horses. There are some very fantastic Western painters though that do like amazing horses, but I'm just talking about like sketchy style. That like looking at you can kind of gauge how they approach it and maybe, you know, improve your own fundamentals kind of thing. Yeah, I remember I have some of Aaron's tutorials too, and I think it's the way he does his digital rendering. There's like, does he do the black overlay? I'm trying to remember. There was like something he did that like put that shine on it. But I have not looked at those in several years. I think I had to do this because when I was streaming with Brandon last week, my mind horse was disappointing. So I was like, I must prove I can draw a horse. Oh. Yeah, I have not looked at his courses in a while. There are so many people doing teaching, so many instructors and classes now that it's like hard to keep up with them all, and I kind of keep hearing horror stories about a lot of them. Like I did some Underpaint Academy stuff, which for the most part I liked. There were some instructors that were kind of meh, but I like Jose Vega's course. He's a really good instructor. That's like a concept environment kind of class. I took classes in like the stuff that I was weak at, so environment art, character design, keyframes kind of thing. Well, his courses are like they're like pre-done things, right? You're not actually getting feedback from him, if I remember correctly, unless he's changed things. Sorry, I don't know why my phone is suddenly making noise. It was not making noise before. Yeah, it's all like Underpaint has a Discord, Josevig has a Discord. I'm in both of them, and there's like a only so much I can take of like, I guess it's just like a flood of new people, so it just kind of gets overwhelming. So I'm not terribly active in either of those. Yeah, I haven't heard any horror stories about Aaron's stuff. But it's probably because this is mostly pre-made. But like I've heard stuff about Brainstorm is a big one. Was it Feng's class? That one apparently has had a lot of horrifying stuff happening with it. It's just kind of that's been the recent discourse in one of the discords that I am active in. The one there's one that's meant specifically for like women and transgender people in the industry. There's been a lot of tea spilling. I don't know if this fixed this. This may have made it worse. What have I done? I was like, I don't like the lines from the pencil. I'll see if I can get marker to work. Oh my god. Well, I may have to scrap this one. We'll see. We'll see if I can... This is terrible. If I didn't like the lines with the pencil, I definitely don't like them with the marker. Alright, we're gonna try something quickly. Nope. That is solid. I've done stuff with like Posca. Oh god, yep. You can't even blend it. Like I don't mind Posca because that is very... It's very much like working with like acrylics. Can I get over you with the... Nope, this is dead. I've killed it. Yep. Can't win everything. This one's... I've ruined this. We're gonna set that to the side. Whoops. Damn. Oh well. I'll just start working on the cover.
I think that may be one of the first time. Oh no, I guess I've had a couple of little book plates that I think I failed on stream. But I'm like, I get to witness when things don't go well. Yeah, like the problem is, so I like Posca markers because they are very much like working in acrylic. I mean, I obviously worked in my Tombos a bunch for book plate sketches, and then I'm not a huge fan of markers though, just because I don't like the layering is I don't know. I'd almost just every time I use markers, I'd almost rather switch to acrylic or watercolors. So I usually just end up doing that. But I can't do watercolors with Yupo paper. So this one I can only use acrylic or alcohol-based ones. But as you just saw, alcohol inks dry so damn fast that yeah, they're not great on Yupo. Yupo is a fickle bitch. I've once again cemented. So like a lot of people are like, oh, I want to draw in this style. It's like, Godspeed. Or try this material out. The ones I just used are Copics. I've got a couple other ones. I think I've got some new Zig ones to try out. No, not that one. So it's like I used them on the Gengar. Yeah, I used a few colors on the Gengar, but I mostly used alcohol inks on that. Like, legit fountain pen inks. So I like put the Copic down and immediately put ink on top of it so it didn't have any chance to dry. I think it's the only way that could possibly work without getting streaks. But yeah, I think I got a bunch of Copics at one point, hoping I could get used to using them with Yupo, but they're too finicky. I'd rather just use the alcohol inks. I may have to do a few, well, probably not this stream, but maybe tomorrow, because I was going to finish up the werewolf tomorrow, but I may have to do a few book plates. The Kickstarter, I don't know if you remember, I did the book plates for people, but I was like, you can give me a rough theme, and I will try to get a book plate that matches you. People gave me hyper-specific shit. Sorry. So yeah, I may have to draw a few new book plates. But I've got a friend coming Thursday to help me finish packaging the last of the Kickstarters up. Because I fell behind being sick over the last weekend. So I gotta get whatever additional book plates I'm doing, I gotta get done tomorrow. Yeah, I guess that's what I get for letting people. I'll still try to I will try to fit themes. I got all these book plates and I'm like, the amount of super specific requests I got, I'm like, shit. At least the ones I've shipped out already have been starting to arrive. People are sharing pictures. It's really awesome to see.
It's the thing about making it feel right.
I'm not entirely positive what I was doing with these guys. I just sketched it out roughly. I have that harvest mare that I did. They're kind of a spin on that, but more creepy.
There's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
Sorry, I had to change off that song because I'm like, why am I hearing voices? It'd be one thing if it was singing, but it's just like a dude talking. Oh no, I was just realizing, it's like, I know who's really, really good at horses that, like, taught Aaron. James Baxter. He did, like, all the breakdowns for Spirit. He actually animated a creature I designed when I was at Netflix. That was like one of the highlights of my career. Yeah, he's crazy good. I'm not sure if he's still at Netflix. I'm guessing he is, because Well, I don't know. Netflix has done a lot of dumb stuff recently. But if they got rid of James Baxter, that would be incredibly stupid. He was like one of our heads of animation when I was there. But he also had like an animal anatomy class, and that he taught along with Stuart Sumida from UCLA. He's a biology professor. I had possibly too much fun in that class. It was like an online, like, if you want to learn more kind of thing that they offered, but I was possibly the insufferable student that asked questions that they were like, this is possibly too hard for us to answer in a class, or hyper-specific. They're both very nice guys. I might leave this guy, he's getting weird looking, I might leave this guy kind of scritchy. Like, not blended in too much. Yes, if you ever see James Baxter offering a course, jump on it. So that also probably means, or would mean that Netflix would have gotten rid of him. Oh, the ads. Sorry. Apologies, I would have warned you. I thought, I don't know why, I thought you were one of the YouTube subscriber people. Or not the YouTube. Prime. Apologies. I turned them down, and apparently turning them down just means they're every half an hour and go for a minute now. Not very helpful. Though a minute is far less insufferable, I feel like. I don't know. So do you know what you're gonna, or what you, like, so you got Aaron's courses. Like, what's your, what are you gonna focus on, you think? That's a good start. I mean, considering most people, when you ask them what are they going to focus on, they're like, I'm going to be the new greatest concept artist in the world. And it's like, but they can't tell you how to anatomy anything. It's like, pretty much if you get those fundamentals down really well, the world's your oyster, kind of. I would say the world, okay. In this day and age, the world is nobody's oyster. Except for a very hyper-specific demographic. But, meaning, it's like, if you have those fundamentals down, like, I still suck at perspective. This is one of the reasons why I am not great at environment art. Like, I'm competent enough in it that I can do it. It's just, like, it's not going to be anywhere near my creature designs. Yeah. Want to draw your blorbos better? Good. Blorbos? That's also just a fun name. I'm kind of at a bit of a loss for what I want to try to better next, because I've been learning environments, been getting way better at character stylization, learning Blender, getting better at 3D. But, kind of at a loss as to what to do for, because it comes down to, do you work on stuff hoping that you'll get a job in the industry again when the industry is kind of a hot mess, or do I work on stuff that will make me better at running my own studio? It's like, need to get better at Blender. Might try learning Substance Designer. Or, not might. I am going to try to learn substance designer. I just don't know where it is on the docket. Oh yeah, Nomad is definitely a lot of fun. I have been playing around in that again a lot recently. There's some new sculpts. I'm trying to finish this for Monster Palooza, the messed up horses book, and then I have a few new sculpts I want to do. There's a painting I want to do that is very complex, which I might not actually be at the skill level I need to do it. It might be one of those things where I start doing it and I'm like, I'm gonna have to wait till I have the skills for it. Or maybe I'll surprise myself. But it's, I'm sculpting most of it. So I can figure out placement and everything because it's like 13 different like characters. But yeah, Nomad's a lot of fun. There is another one that I just got. I need to learn how to use. It's a bit like Blender's grease pencil. What do I want to call it? Like feather something? I'm not sure about the name on that one. I know I have to look up their YouTube tutorials because their UI was not the most intuitive. Like, maybe if I get done with the werewolf relatively early tomorrow's stream, I'll pull out what I've been working on in Nomad. So I'm just doing like little hairy lines. Because I'm not positive what I'm doing yet. I've put the rough outline of what his shape is, but I'm like, I'm still figuring it out. Well, the nice part about that painting that is going to be way too involved is that first I'm sculpting one of the characters, well, because it's a pack. So I'm sculpting one animal, and then I'll be just repositioning that and everything. But I'm going to, like, I don't need very much detail on the ones in the painting because I'm just going to position them and light them. I'm finishing it up so I can probably 3D print it. So I can also hopefully have a new print.
watch always yelling at me. It's like, Stan, I am at a standing desk. These little fitness tracker watches. They're bullshit. Ernesto has the same one, and we will go on trips with each other, and we'll walk around the same amount, and he will get like 4,000 more steps than me. Yeah, technically I built this desk so that it can go down, and then I put so much shit under it that it can't do that anymore. So now I just have a really tall stool and a wobble board. I think once I hooked up everything, like the monitors and my PC tower and cameras and all the wires were in, I was like, there's no way this is safely going up and down on a regular basis. Slowly trying to figure out. It's some kind of weird wicker man horse. I just don't. I'm slowly piecing it together. Oh, yeah, that is also on my to-do list. At least when it comes to... Oh, no. Yeah, because with our indie game that we're working on, I'm like, we either have to hire animators or I need to remember how to do this. I will join you in that fun endeavor. I remember learning 2D animation, like traditional animation. It was like cool to see the results, but it was like so tedious in the meanwhile that it was like a little hard for me to be super into it, because I guess it was either I wasn't seeing the big picture or I didn't have the patience.
But I've been getting a little excited about learning it again, or picking it back up, because I've been having ideas for how I want, because I mostly just need to do like attack animation kind of stuff, and also effects animations. And it's like, at least I have the ideas. Like, I can visualize it. I feel like that's the hard part. That is not the hard part. It's just the narrator in 2 months. That indeed was not the hard part. Sorry, that is... I swear to God, that is my... I'm wearing those, like, Korean spa sandal things, those, like, squishy ones. It's my shoes farting, it's not me. Oh, Brooke. I caught up on One Piece. I don't know how, but I have finally caught up on One Piece. Now there is a void in my life. Oh, it is, well, I mean, if you like anime, I mean, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. There's so many episodes, but it's actually a really good anime. Hi, Raya. Hey. So apparently part of the reason why it's taking so long to come out is the guy that created it is a perfectionist. So he keeps on, like, going and redoing whole arcs, like redrawing them. I know, I tried watching it one other time and I made it to, like, episode, like, 100. And then I kind of gave up. And then Ernesto and I, last year, were like, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna actually sit down and watch it. And it does get a lot better. But it gets a lot better in, like, quality. Sometimes the pacing tends to get a little bit slower sometimes, but their animation budget goes way up. But yes, that laugh is from Brooke, who was one of the, like, crewmates. Which I don't think he even shows up until like episode 500 or something. It's ridiculous. So why is this catching my leg? There. Ryan's all mad at me because I wouldn't let her start beef with 2 raccoons last night. I don't know how I'm doing this part. I will revisit that. Oh, no worries. You let your puppy in. Say hello to your puppy for me. I just mentioned Ryan tried to beef with 2 raccoons last night. It was a little funny because I was like, what the hell is coming down the sidewalk towards us? And then all of a sudden they like stood up on their hind legs and there was like one absolutely massive raccoon and one little one. And I was like, are we about to be punked out by raccoons? Because it was just a standoff. But luckily they crossed the street. It's like if not, I would have been like, is this rabies? There are a lot of trash pandas around here. No worries. Hmm. No, I don't like that. Which now I can't redraw in that spot. Which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Welcome back. Oh. Okay, crack my back. I think I probably won't be going for too much longer. Most have things. I'm gonna. Alright. So I'll probably just hang on for a few minutes more. Bit of a short stream. Started late. I was supposed to be doing this yesterday. Oh. I see that. Yeah. I am not sure. What is going on there? It's rotating. Yeah. Okay. Well, crap. I may have to cut it a little earlier than I was planning on, because I'm not even loading anymore. Alright. I'm not sure. It gets little bumps where it's getting everything and then it's not. Alright, so yeah, I'll unfortunately have to call it here. And I will be back tomorrow at 1. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Sorry it got all laggy and you got to watch me You got to watch me ruin this. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Bye!